asofo bebre aware egu engu yeso anyinya businessmen bebre aware egu engu yeso a ekonkon ho in fact business people any broadcasters any to say aware any nko ye fi say that balancing act no akwakoye nsempi nene yaye nhira no pai si enya osofo Moses Bennisan ono ene ye head pastor, as you say, Family Altar Ministries, East Legon. All banso, one ni hunkani fe lady Mamle, Mrs. No, that's the Mrs. Mamle Bennisan, Mam Yakwaba. And okay, in fact, Mufa camera into one so mammy. Why you for year, pa, Mr. and Mrs. I have combination. Much the papa. Mammy no how long have you been married?
Well, almost a year.
So you can
feel the honeymoon.
The honeymoon. I was for software and who can in and pay Mamma Kaya, no much church and quiet Befasua. Yawari, any of you man in I be who choir. Any in Abeco, because I told that now heading. Also for mini camera. It can be a very difficult place to be when your career is taken off or when you're a career woman, career man, a student, you're a father, a husband. In fact, it can be very, very crazy.
Yes.
But then we're supposed to do it and do it all properly.
That is it.
How do we even begin to settle that?
I think it's Ushia, according to the divorce rate, you may think it is financial difficulties that should be the highest reason why people divorce. Unfortunately, no. The first reason is lack of commitment. And when you do the studies, you realize that it's because people fail to balance the relationship between career and romance or family. But when you look at what marriage really means that you have come into union, the two has become one. So you should be able to balance yourselves very well. Balancing is knowing the right proportion of things as it is required. And that's where a lot of people don't get it right. But you see, when things are not well balanced, they fall apart.
They do.
They disintegrate. And to make it right, I'll say what is required. Okay, what is required? Dear here to make sure balancing correct. And yes, say dream. Every say, oh, we are any my idea there be also we steady situation here because it is the situation that determines what is required. It is not you who determine what is required. And be once sikano and say it money is enough to balance the thing, but money may be there, but it is not enough to balance the equation.
If money is all that is required,
yeah.
Lady, family, I'm chain kakra. Nemo answer near bet was no. Send your phobe who say you know what you are talking about. No. So for himself, they are so for. Apart from us, the way you must be aware.
By try.
Young Canagana for NTSC.
May CEO of a real estate company, Echelon Real Estate, no, so CEO of Echelon Travel and Tours.
Sir, Mono, and it's all dim comma. Namunim said, when Nimnia Walker. All right, Yamra, Lady Mamley. Heading, say, because a lot of women are in the workforce. Me too, way by 5 a.m. Namiwaha. Ain't he? Miss Uncle School, so. Wow. Me woma and 9. Ain't he? Say, sa combination, you know, can't be more. A bit to make a fancy baby. So for can say, I was set with us and now share the situation near Kono. Nothing, you formulate it, send your to me, and we know what is required for the woman now or shell. Student, wife, mother, worker, and all of that. A better than your balance.
See, we can juggle a few things together. We can multitask very well compared to the men. And I think women really need to take up that position. Say, okay, this is where I've been put. Sometimes it's tough. Mommy, men can you need to make sure say the house is in order because oba na yefi, oba na mafia yefi. There's the saying about building open a house. It's called a house. The woman brings the warmth into the home. Oba no na oye aduane, ono no hwe nkola, or making sure say everything is in place. But the American say a juma is constant work. Mommy, imagine say on blending nice fruit juice, be now or apples or grapes, or strawberries via. When you put it in the blender, you just don't spin it a second. Now we're thinking say you have it in full. It's a continual process. Say bibia be boom. Now babe ye bako. It's hard work. Having a conversation to start with is very important.
Having a conversation with your spouse.
With your spouse. To start with is very important. Letting them know, say, oh, my work schedule, what's on the table. Sometimes men think women are so strong. We can juggle and handle everything. But you need to be honest. Say, a juma time, say, in Kolano, make sure more, it takes this much of time. Imagine, say, you're a mother of maybe 3, you have to wake up early, kids have to go to school. You're juggling so much. And so you really need to have conversations, say, okay, as it is, to say, I know, there are so many things on the table for me. So you always talk about it as and when to have a proper balance. Now, a bit more fail to do is that they're up and going. As you may tell your partner, she will understand, say, you have things going on, but you always need to communicate, even so over delay at work, even 5 minutes. It can even affect maybe the time you pick up the kids. So you are communicating in between, say, oh, I might delay a bit, so you can fall in here. It's all about communication.
It's all about communication. You said, first of all, assess the situation.
Yes.
And only your number one. And a bit ni a obey. Ma means to say, yen komo emphas situation. These are two. Mo can you na make a cambo. Ye baby na ma because empany say ye obi fie ye say obi de. Enti se woka say oh sa na adwo amansa ni kunu ye enti so me ya wo fie bebo. Enti wo dia foundation a wo di kan ye no wo say e wo say wo tena se na wo dwene ne ekoso ne ho. Wo hunu senia obesi ahihye no wo wi a montena se na mo ni hu nkomo nti ya tena se di hu nkomo ewie no se ye den bio
implementation eti ya di nkomo no se ye nim ne se ye enti no I feel say it and I say okay, we have to implement the decisions we have made. Now, to be able to be successful in the implementation, everybody have to know the roles that they have to play. There are people that are so much consumed about their work and they are workaholics. Enteneba bibisana what point juma no obe fie no or the juma ne de ebe fie entene oba na ye juma oba na ye bibia na ono still order so de juma se se abedani online any zoom de ejuma no ewo fie ewo bedroom ewo bibia enti wan hwe yi a adaji any emre a wo se wonya ema wo yire no ontimenye de ontimenya sa adaji no anase woma anase ejuma wo fie ho enti no ye dwin se at the end of the day no or say ye na yenyanti say okay for us to implement the decision we want all of us have to be active participants in being responsible.
And first of all, whatever we agree on must be implemented. And also be a role like was so play. And to be funny, say yen cite example be obi a worry. Yanko pochira won be amienu. Oba no first degree. Osimikunu. So say adwuma first degree better na wa na nipa betwa ho. Nso mpese me ye masters. What does it entail? Are we doing weekend? Is it going to be evening classes? Well, no, and I said me call evening classes now. What would that mean for the children? Into this, some of the
and how will we balance?
If we agree on that, we need to implement
it. We need to implement it, and everybody have to be truthful to themselves. Say, yeah, will say, okay, so say na your pen. into way necessary. Yeah. A Bennisan, everybody have to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, let me come to the two of you a little. Because the communication bit, answer a bit to us, I call others. Was there ever a situation now, more worry just 1 year, until you're still in the fresh air? But was there ever a situation now you did not communicate, a coffee misunderstanding be by?
Was there any situation
I
again?
don't really recollect.
I don't know why we're but let's continue. After we assess the situation, we talk about
because we try to communicate as much as possible. Okay. Obi eto car emaniri on a birthday. Very beautiful car. And he blindfolded her. And I didn't pay. And me blindfolded. And I said, surprise. When the woman was excited to see that it was Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, over $200,000. Nene G, but I say, oh, darling, you know I don't like this color. Kanye pink. You know black is my color. After any in a area, she wasn't happy. There shouldn't be, it shouldn't have been so, but at the end of the day, no, because of lack of communication, he missed the color that the woman would want to have her surprise car in. And we tried as much as possible to talk about everything. When we're going to, regarding where we will live, baby Bettina, regarding the cars we drive, when we wanted to buy a car, we all look at it, make a decision. Okay, wait. These are the options that we have. Which one do you think will serve us better? And then we made a decision. And sometimes I feel, say, when men sometimes, because we feel we are the head of the family, a bad decision making, we don't build consensus. Yeah, and they say, yeah, boy, you're right, you say, okay, this is what we are going to do. That's what we are going to do. Being the head.
Giving instructions. Because you are the head doesn't mean you should give instructions. Being the head is in leadership. A leader is someone who influences people to understand his point of view and perception in order to get their participation and involvement. Okay. And so when we talk about romance, for the typical Ghanaian, it's all about something that has to do in the private. Yet say oniriba nani kunu hiano or say wabre and all of that. We've laid a very beautiful foundation. When we assess the situation, we sit and talk about it. We implement what we have talked about and then assign roles. And to be faithful in making sure that we all do what is expected of us. So if that is done, then one will say, then we will have time for each other. Let's talk about why is it that still in so many marriages, people don't have time for romance nowadays.
So I will just come in. I want to say that you need to be intentional about timing. If you more Felix say, oh, it's just going to happen automatically. For us, Sundays, we take time off, say, okay, after church, we go to the beach to relax. We do, yes.
So funny,
oh, yeah. After church, you come just to sit there, relax. It's been like a long week. You need to de-stress. Have a drink. It doesn't need to be like so fancy. Now, if you more planning, piano, like moving pick Kempinski. I mean, we do go there sometimes, but you can have like a good time at just anywhere where both of you will just have a smooth conversation, have a bottle of drink, and yeah, maybe a bottle of malt, Coke, something. Easy going, but you need to be intentional about time. The thing about couples is like more kasa say, oh, this week maybe I'm free in between on a Friday, I might come home early. Then you can plan a dinner night, you can plan a stroll. You need to be intentional about it. It's not always say you just leave things to be happening. Now point Juma so over if you
The thing is, for many couples, maybe 7 out of 10. It's some sort of triangle. Home, church, work. Say school bekanwa na square. Well, there is especially in Christian marriages, there is no real, for most couples, and I counsel a lot of people, for most couples, it's like, it's either a triangle or a square. There is no intentional planning, say, oh, busumi ye, mene me yire, ye mkwe, beko akotena baby, and I say, baby, how is that disturbing many marriages?
It's disturbing a lot of marriages because then there will be a break in communication.
Yeah.
And also the bond will be broken. The bond between the two people will be broken. You see, marriage, to make it work, is intentional and deliberate decision. Mami Kasembe, there is a friend of mine who said that there are couples. The only time you see them together outside is when they have sprayed the room with mosquito spray.
Almost problem them
That's the only time you see them standing together. And when they are standing, they are not even talking. And you know, a lot of people are not intentional about what they want in their relationship and marriage. And it's breaking a lot of homes. A lot of women, though, you see, you can be in a crowded environment and still be lonely. So there are a lot of people, they are lonely in marriages. About Christian marriages, they are. And the only time you see them going together is because they are going to prayer meeting. For when we are free prayer meeting, they call counseling, you're free counseling, like it's always something about that. And to one share, particularly me and my best software say, one share, they be like ujina fonso obisi masudaye na mehu preko na masudaye mehu cheche fly and one share de bia wodi nkrofo asem ebra wudi no eye de ese entino we have agreed say there are times we spend together. Sunday evenings is for me and my wife. Mondays are supposed to be holidays. We have agreed to say Mondays, you know, because we have businesses, we give that Monday to our businesses. So we go to work in the morning, by 3 o'clock we are done. We have also agreed to say we eat together. And to say ono baby na se mesumo baby okwadwuma na biribisa. At the end of the day no we share midday to have lunch together. When we are eating too, we don't eat from separate bowls. We eat from the same together from the same bowl.
It's intentional.
Intentional. Yeah. It's intentional.
Wow, you said the office now, especially after COVID, has become the office has been extended to the house. Yeah. You made a point that upomba fi awapon. But is that really what is going on? Now with, like Daddy said, say office no there's internet, there's Zoom, there's all of that. People get home and have meetings and all of that. For so many people, the home is an extension of the office. Yeah. How is that affecting marriages?
Oh, it's really taking a toll on marriages, because when you are not able to distinguish between your closing time and then family time, I know, say, for these online or work things, there's actually a closing time, unless say real task and you want to extend it. And if you're a workaholic, honestly, you just want to make sure say you finish in the day, but you need to train yourself, say there's always another day to continue. People live lives as though it's all about work, but if you focus so much on work, you'll be lurking and losing on a certain aspect of your life. And now you are meeting like maybe your unhappy wife and your unhappy children. It doesn't make you fulfilled. So you really need to be intentional. Say, I want to apportion time. Like, you need to be intentional. If a wife probably interact, like, you know, we need some time. Do it. It's important.
Let me add something to it. When you'll be a friend of cognitive impairment and a cognitive impact, okay, I know a juma to a certain point, break it down. And you know, sometimes you feel you are working, but the brain is tired, is exhausted. And so you are putting in a lot of effort. I'll say, I'm putting in so much effort, but productivity is very low. Why? Because sometimes you just overwork yourself. You are overworking the body. You just have to create that time, allow work to just stay somewhere and then refresh yourself, make time for yourself, playing with your children. You see, if you have to play with children, you have to become a child. Sometimes it makes life beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're on the
To
floor.
go to heaven, you even have to behave like a child.
Yes.
So if you need heaven in your marriage, then you have to behave like a child as well.
But we have bossy fathers who wants to walk about.
Yeah.
I am the head of the family. I am the boss of the family. Yes. But sometimes too much work makes you less productive, and you are tired. A man that is tired cannot be productive.
All work and no play.
Makes Jack. But mami kasembi. When him say nyame, oma bema ejuma, ansa no mano oyere. Okay. So when a man is successful at work, he is very romantic at home.
And a Jumani Koya, a Jumani Koya, Yanani romantic about
Say Jumana and Koya. Very stressful. Bills, we are not able to pay the bills in the house. School fees, we are not able to pay. The man is very frustrated. He can never be romantic. That's why I'm encouraging men that know what makes you productive. Because if you overwork, you may not necessarily be very productive because ageno abre. So once you give your best, quality time to work, quality time to family, well-balanced life, you will be a happy man. When your partners meet you, you go to meetings, you are so much energetic, you speak and everybody wants to listen because you are communicating ideas, you are making sense and not speaking nonsense. When it happens like that, you become a happy man, and then your work is doing well, your family are happy, there is happiness everywhere. You become an example to others.
Great. There is no way we can talk about balancing career and romance without looking at the person itself, because it has a huge impact. Lady Mamley, for most women, birth control methods, age, and everything has a big impact on their physics. You are a man of God's wife. I know that is a different position to you being the missus as well. What impact does physique, looks, smell, appearance has on romance?
All right, so I would say that coming from a woman's perspective, you need to know yourself very much. And even way before that, coming into a partnership, you're coming to meet someone else, you need to know that I'm coming in and I need to be prepared. I need to take care of myself. Sometimes women get, overwhelmed with so many things that almost okay, in Zimbabwe, sometimes getting overwhelmed with ejuma or kola, they even forget to go to the salon to fix their hair. In Zimbabwe, really need time. If you need to take time off, you need to know, say, oh, my breath, I need to take a break, relax. Women sometimes feel like we're a superwoman. We tidy up, we are cleaning. Like, you're not a superwoman. When you feel like you're at the breaking point, take a break and relax and know that there's always more hours, more days ahead of you to do what you have to do. You can't do everything in one. And then, you're with your only ukuno, you need to make sure that you are pleasing in the house. Like at least, baby, something nice. Something nice. Use a cologne, body splash. You don't need to do too much. Splash, a sweaty, take a shower.
Mr. and Mrs. Bennisan, and okay, you didn't come on. After client, you be fast so your juma. Any your warrior, any other relationships, a better thing. Now your lay foundation, they come. I think what kind why you've missed, but you can always go back to Facebook. Now, what question you can your kind say show situation you. Muntina se munin komo, mudin komo ni we are. You should come up with certain ideas and implement the ideas. Or kasi any no cre. Emma ye implementing ideas so or say bema was so hunu oba hunu if we say jumani ko ya we are more romantic. Imagine say bema bi a yakasa say what say or say me juma me hunu sentina and say me na ninji into meba fie ntem na so beba fie ntem just to balance career and romance no beba na oba ne ho secretary mu osiwa it's very important for us to talk about because before we had this topic I was also researching and I kept coming across appearance you know a grooming and I'm like well, no. You said the woman's perspective, but add something to it, and let's come to Daddy.
Okay, so there's a story who I met from a lady friend. They are I think in their 50s. So they went out and they were having discussions. And Bako, Madam for Bako say, oh, make no funny home come say no say then now ye. Apparently, oh sorry, I'm not pano ye dry or kodasa.
What's right there?
Oh sorry, I'm not pay aduane hwe nkola ye bibia adesa no akodasa.
Wonjare. Ne hu fifiri.
Wonjare. And she said it's almost like 10 years they need no shut down for ne hon kan na am say then now ye onjare. Me who post me on Instagram, you're saying if you want to get into marriage, learn how to bath. As a woman, learn how to bath because at least twice a day because Ghana yeshe, there's moist all over. You can't go through the whole day na dear son. A dear son man, see you boo Ghana say.
Oh, him kasaro. It is sabi motuemu. What was kitchen? Yes, kitchen scent. Na obaso. Anatomy and physiology of a woman. You know how everything heat to know scent. And I know yeah papa cancer fear to matter. Or can say be be am kan wa re figure. Or say ade ba ko am mema re hu won pam ni so wakoda ni nche na sabi ni tiri mu. Do you agree?
I agree.
We've combined the career. We know what to do now. But what do we do? Let's look at that from your perspective and then continue the conversation.
Yeah, I think it's number one, we communicate with respect. When you kasa, there was important thing for a man, any respect. Respect. Number two, say clean the house. Neat. Obi wo honom no. Towel is on the window, is on the door. Towel is on the door. The wardrobe is on the bed. They said, "Bema ne be."
Okay, wardrobe on the bed. What see no marry no. Now we ya be gumpa no so. Obada no piangunche.
Who say like the whole space now are congested. I congested, and I told Bia, a thing, with them ho. Until who said the place is dusty. Who said corner being so torn, say like the place is nyama bisano. I told Bia, he will feel like hanging out with his friends is better. And number three, nagging, please. Nagging, we know. You say,
"Yen can you kakra? Kasa tintin to atwa."
I told you, "Bien to atwa no a pamu memma free fee into atwa a pamu memma free fee." Internal. Now yet I see, but I told you, "Bia."
But about sorry to atwa kwa sofo. But Bennisan bibi anko kan papa enyi trede. Yes, you map the casa. I'm saying my casa from Eve. Yeah, but then for a woman to nag, Ebiana bibi nkoye so ana bia wakasa kirewo ana so for educators.
And you have to know what gives you the result.
Okay.
Memi mami say obeka chemi say bibi sina say obeka che say okay. Wo de papa munja no. Minim timer. Meaning the Bekasa obeti.
Mama ne kasa. Wise woman.
That is it.
But
so she.
Wadam facha me wati. Obi abegina line so. Oso be so kasa. Nanaya, good morning. Nanaya, good morning. Okay. Enti yen to so.
Know the right time to talk about what is worrying you. So for bina the elders be ebefie and omo be meeting. Obe miti afi no oba no a person den into atwane di na omo say biribi koso wo fie wa assembly o nti otwem say Holy Ghost there enye Holy Ghost na me worry ye be man na worry Sometimes I think that is also the wrong approach. I told you we are very dramatic about the approach. And we are thinking say the man should understand. There are certain things that one can near how I be a bemano.
Oh, and Bennisan, so one feel was here, Obi who said, Yanko Pada, soon Yanko Piki, your next caller name. Good morning.
Hello.
Never talk, sir.
And the some the friend thought that's
Okay.
Now, I think I got okay, you know, my and the crew. I used to hear how you speak to you. Sometimes I give up a pen and my real papa and say, I poor papa, not the one any better, not the good thing. If you want, I have an certain problem to know, but I do tell it. Now, take in honor. Then you get to know for our bed over here. Into the Sunday, many in a mamma for our Emma or Bar, and this will come one. You go about and sit at the those are no problem. Always remember that genuine. I don't play only and that no, and yet I very important and fired it. And my now the year, and it would do not them at the car.
Yes, yes. I told her na sabi nipa bre ampa. But even if uknu here in bed and wabra, the approach of declining the can be deadly. Yes, Obana bre. I told her my be cry to me catch and say oh my bre and need those things. Let's address that.
But you see, unim say lion or you're very wild. But a bimo, our lion will fear. I is a pet. I'm going to need because kwaya omuyeden if I so related to lion. And my lion nanka or we obet me we nipa namano after abeda ni pet obeda ni or madam fo. I believe it's say or so you have to understand your partner.
So let's pick a caller from East Legon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
You better tell me to Kadadi, Kasa.
Your friend Hambo, I me prefer East Legon.
Okay.
That's the father.
I saw your child. I saw your child, I saw Kasa.
Near woman was there. Marriage is one of the most interesting things. Na embreki, you know. Yeah, na emano omure fio mo. Oh, emema super ade aye feel. Some kokuma. The Ghana man dressing nicely, a police name nicely. The good time mobile be die in chain. No more popero baby, a policy bag, be no more dia some thing home. Nobody are covered. Yeah. At least we are the first boat to see the advert of our wives. And yeah, Mumma had the most duty, you know, and beside us, and that. Now, so we did go catastrophe now. Oh, yes, you know what now. And I had the master.
Thank you, Daddy. We appreciate that submission. It is simple, straightforward, but it's true.
Yes, that's true.
It's true. Also, Michelle, me too. My book on row. Because you are not two weeks in So these are some of the things, and I'm glad you brought it up. It can really be difficult for most men.
Yes.
They work in offices with beautiful, stunning women.
Yes.
It's your best fear. Nase ni yire onka say be like them.
Yes.
But there must be something that attracts him.
Appealing. That's appealing to him. Very important. And obianso any what turns them on. What turns somebody on may not turn another person on. Into someone who partner ni dear na we are a pair. A team here, turning it on so that you do the right thing.
Obviously, or 7 Kunaduani be an oh, say, obviously, Bana say, Ora, say the ambience. How you clean. What no, not be
lightning, blue light.
Romantic light. Okay. Angela, you are on the line. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, madam.
Me pacho kasa.
Me pacho, benso, me imagine check akra ne say. Good morning, madam. Me pacho me kase free Central Region. Me pacho, program no mo ye shepa, but sometimes in so send no more can say. Obe me bia atade e fe no ampa. By obi wo ho no mo a, e so no so osiesie ne yere. If we say ọwọ abọnten a obi di a ɔtwa mu no ɔhwɛ ɛde fɛ but wobɛ fie na wotumi ama wɔyere no ayɛ saa bi babɛka bi ɔno ɔnyɛ saa wo but ɛno nso ɛsa na ha kakra ɔba penya yɛ ɔbɛyɛ ba sikasɛm ne ade no ɔnyɛ bi nti wo bɛrima no nso ɛsɛ wo nso wotumi ɛyɛ saa de no ma ɔbaa no nso n'ani agye ba ɛba saa na ɔno ɔnyɛ ɔno nso ɔbɛka sɛ wondi ho ni anaasɛ ɛno deɛ ɛyɛ saa na hard.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now you so dey see no senior. Won so ni beje e wa we animu. E na second dey dey o kono so say awarefo mienu mo wo ha e say mo ye nnanfofo. Mo di mo ho nkomo bibi ha wa wutumi ka che ukunu so bibi ha na so ka che ni kwa so ba to ho ka mi ukunu so di bibi sie ukunu. Send o chine bibi to betumi aba o meso ma dwenche no.
Onyankopon shall be. The point is really valid. There might be money oba oyi chop money no. Ebi ana for some reason oba na dwuma kra no I say there are some parents or a child with special need. So in the meantime I was so hwe ne ba no na be ma ne koba. We chop money nko de ye aduane a na ne ho One no say for your friend say yes o doka kra sika kakra and dem o do so. E to da nye sika nko but a chede enso so e ka ho. The producer say gifting is part of being romantic.
Yes. It's a love language. Obi love language a gift.
Yeah.
Until 1 week not flowers be about. Ochina perfume be. Obi love language no.
Okay.
Obi so they are spending time in tea. I think in Bible
gifts and all of that. Obi wa ni be aduane on kan for the appreciation. All right, and then you come up about
any attention.
Give me attention. All right, episode for you come on balancing career and romance. We have another caller from East Legon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mbacho kasa.
Hello.
Mbacho mi tun kan daddy kasa.
You me kase free East Legon. I'm Shabrak.
Okay.
Okay, so is it good say? Yeah, is it good say as a wife? Is it good say oh sorry I'm not far. I'm kind of baby piano. Is it good say you have to bath before doing it? And as I say, you have to do it before doing. You have to do everything before bath.
All right, this is a very dicey video. Obebia o share 90 shots okoda ni kunu ni mfi no. Anopa no hu se be ma na betena ho. E na o share 90 shots na no kofa prai. E na o prapra. Ohu ya ni so se adwada na hu. It's very dicey. Say that big kind lay foundation no. Hwe wa sitena mu. Na hwe na ye ne ebeboa. Maybe say for obi situation or sorry anopa, especially when it's that time of the month. How can you say you go around the house and sana wa ba be dware? So the situation actually calls for the action. That should be taken at that time.
That is
and it's quite a dicey.
And to even understand the question, to also know say be a mother and then adorn, maybe the man wants to have intimate relationship, a son in a way that I think that's the question equally goes for that. I think it's at least, you know, Omunchu will sing and the
and then now Chichi will sing for that. Oh, sorry, I'm a not serving and canning nimble. Especially if you use a good paste and all of that. You're picking a last caller now, Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Me pacho kasa.
Me pacho, me ni aba Rebecca say e ma no e bi ma na yiri musika. Good morning.
eya wo tie wo ho a na enkomo na style bi.
Okay.
Nti kasa, wo de ntie TV no kasa.
Me nuaba ne se me ma no ma omure musika. Na enti na omo ehu enye omo akono na ade no. Eye no kra pa. Mi se ono ko hu bi wa bonten a ye ne fe. Na okofa bi wa bonten a wo tun bo asisi ma ne sika siesie no ba na yiri na wo ti fie ne de. Ase onim se obesiesie no obefie obehu ne yiri ne se ade fufuro bi ma no. Enti me ma no munzu wo mo fo se omo yiri mo mo ti fie so mo siesie omo omo be fe se omo na abonten na.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Enti me ka kra me waka.
Oba bia ho ofe. It's about how you present it. And you know, say the way I will pen on any sika obe say wa bonten e will be there but your first year say would the end very important because I told it like I tell her say if you wear this it looks nice for me and I say and I say nature, very natural. Me catch say, I mean, when you wear the natural, it's beautiful. For me, it's beautiful.
If I'm wearing it for him, I'm wearing
Shouldn't that be? You are for him, he is for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's wrap up. Our time is up. Lady Mamle, what do you have to say?
Yes, so in general, just to touch up, I'd like to say that sometimes we need to equally get our men gifts. Not all husbands look appealing, not all of them look nice. You can let them know the tones and shades of colors that look good on them. You know, try to dress your husband, let him look good. So that when he steps out, people will know that you worry if you fear na. On top of it, I would say that let's try to really make our marriages and our careers work. They are equally important. We put in the time to make it work harmoniously. And you're happy. You go to work, you're excited, you come back home to meet a happy family. That's what life is all about.
Daddy, you have one to ask?
Pacho, so we hear a Moabia, your Eastleigh gone. American House, Family Altar. You bet me abwa ewon paibom. You bet me so am our counseling. Internal. You are free to walk into our space anytime, any day. We will support you.
Reverend Moses Bennisan and Mrs. Mamle Bennisan. Thank you so much. You've made our day. I was here for a software and then I'm going to say